Hey everyone, so this is the video you need to see if you're considering buying the SCUF Gaming Impact controller for the PlayStation 4. So this is my custom SCUF Impact controller, and I'm going to tell you my experience with it so far. So I've had this controller for about 3 months, and I paid about $230 to get it with all the options I wanted. And if you're like me, you're having a hard time deciding whether to buy a SCUF Impact controller, because on one hand it will improve your gameplay, on the other hand it's so expensive. So I waited a long time before I bought my SCUF Impact controller, and I finally bit the bullet and bought it. So the main features I wanted from the SCUF Impact controller were the paddles you see in the back here, which makes gameplay easier when you're playing Fortnite or Black Ops and so on. The other feature I really wanted were the hair triggers you see here. As you can see, you don't have to press them very far. That's going to allow you to shoot much faster. So where did this controller fail for me? So where this controller failed for me was this L3 button. So usually when you're playing Black Ops, you press the L3 button down and then you can run. So you press it down once and then it puts it in run mode. And then when you let it go, it's going to stop running. What you can also do is you can press it down and then keep holding it, and it'll also keep running, but you don't need to do that. You just need to press it down once and then move forward and it'll run. So I noticed I started having a lot of trouble. I would try to run away from gunfights when it got too hectic, and I would always get shot in the back. It was like, instead of running, I started just walking all of a sudden. I also would get stuck going into windows and through doors. So that was a big problem, and I figured out that the problem was that the run would automatically get canceled. So even though I was, either if I press it or if I hold it down and I would move forward, the run would just get canceled. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to load up Blackout, and I'm going to show you guys exactly what I mean. So if you guys are having this problem, comment down below. I'm interested to see what kinds of problems you're having with the SCUF Impact. If you're having this same problem that I'm having, maybe it's like a well-known thing. I never heard of it, but I mostly heard about the paddles breaking. But if this is gonna be a constant problem, then you may not want to get the SCUF Impact, because you use the run a lot in a lot of games like Fortnite, Blackout, and just regular Black Ops. And I've only had it 3 months, so the crazy thing is that this controller I've only had 3 months didn't even last as long as my PlayStation 4 controller. This works perfect, and I'll load up the game and I'll show you guys. So the SCUF Impact controller pretty much became useless to me. I couldn't use it because I couldn't run. So I've been using my old PlayStation 4 controller, which even though it's years old, it works just fine, and I can actually play the game. And I don't get so frustrated when the run gets canceled, which is pretty much non-stop now. I mean, it's to the point where it's just not working. Okay, so let me go ahead and load up the game, and I'm gonna show you guys a camera view of the controller and also the screen of the gameplay, so you guys can see exactly what happens. And I'm interested to see if anybody else has this problem, because this is something that SCUF Gaming needs to fix if they're gonna want us to buy these $200+ controllers. I mean, it's a lot of money, and I would hope that this lasts and works better than the old PlayStation 4 controller that came free with your system. So okay, I'm gonna go ahead and load that, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I've loaded up the game, and as you can see, I'm gonna be pressing L3 button down to run, and you're gonna see it's gonna act really weird. Sometimes it's gonna work fine, a lot of times it's just gonna stop or stutter. So I'm gonna go ahead and try different things. I'll try holding it down, I'll try pressing it once and then running. So first I'm gonna try and pressing it down once and then kind of starting to run. So you can see it started running there, then it just cancels. As you can see, okay, so I'm running right now, and then it stops. Running. So you can see it's trying to run, but it can't. Imagine trying to get in a gunfight, and then you're trying to run away. See, and it just kind of stops. And a lot of times I'm, even if it is running and I'm turning a corner, it'll just stop running, and that really messes me up. So you can see right there, it's just like stuttering. It's like it's trying to run. Right, okay, so this is like a pretty good run right here. As soon as I move, yeah, see, it just stops. Now let's try just pushing it down completely, and I'm just gonna keep holding it down to run. And Right now it's running, it looks okay, and then it stops. And you see I'm trying, I'm like really pressing down on it, and it just, you can see it kind of stutter steps and then it stops. And this is a real problem when playing Blackout and Call of Duty, because the run is really important. You want to run around, and especially if you're going around with a submachine gun or a knife or something, if you can't run, it's going to cause a lot of problems. And yeah, if you guys are having this problem with the L3 button, not being able to press it down to run, or it cancels out, comment down below, because I want to know how many people have this problem. Alright, so now I'm going to try the original PlayStation 4 controller to see how well the L3 button works and whether I can run. So I'm going to go ahead and just press the button down once slightly and start running and see if it works. So you can see I pressed it once, I'm not even holding it down very hard, and it's running just fine. So yeah, it doesn't stutter step like the SCUF Impact. I can run without any problems, look around. So now I'm going to try just holding it down the whole time to see if how well it does with the running. And just hold it down, and as you can see I'm holding it down, pressing pretty hard, and it just keeps running. So yeah, there it is, my old PlayStation 4 controller is 3+ years old. Works better than my $200+ SCUF Impact that I've only had for 3 months. So I really hope this problem doesn't happen to you guys, because it's really frustrating. So yeah, let's talk a little bit more about the SCUF controller and whether it's something you should get or not. So I had been using the SCUF controller for 3 months and I was ready to give it a great review, and then I had started having this problem with it. So now my opinion of it has changed a little bit, but let me tell you my feelings about what I think about the SCUF controller and whether it's something you should get. So it's definitely something that's going to improve your gameplay. With the paddles you see here and the grip, it's really going to help you out, especially if you have like slippery hands like me. The paddles really help you with multitasking while you're playing, and the hair triggers are definitely going to help you shoot much faster compared to the original PS4 controller. Now the SCUF Impact does have some drawbacks, like this proprietary audio connection and then this connection for the charging cable. I mean, most charging cables will work on it, but there's some that just won't fit. So just keep that in mind, and you are paying about $200+ for this, so really think about it if you want to get it. So definitely if money is tight and you don't have that much money to spend on gaming peripherals and gaming related stuff, you don't have to buy the SCUF gaming controller. You could start off with just getting a $10 to $15 Control Freaks, and that's definitely going to help you with your aiming. Now SCUF controller is, if you do have that extra money and you want to treat yourself, you can go ahead and get it. Now my biggest disappointment with the SCUF Impact was, of course, the build quality, because if this L3 button is not going to last that long, and let's say I get it fixed and it happens again, I'm going to be really upset. So I'm going to give SCUF Gaming the benefit of the doubt, and this controller is still under warranty. So SCUF controllers, I believe, come with a 6-month warranty. You can correct me down in the comments below if I'm wrong, but I'm gonna go ahead and send this in for repair, and it should be a free repair. It's under warranty. So I came across an interesting video that kind of describes what the exact problem might be with the SCUF Gaming controller and why this happens, where the L3 button cancels the run. And I'm going to go ahead and try to show that to you guys, because I did notice these things that were mentioned in that video. And I'm going to go ahead and take this thumbstick out and show you the inside. Okay, so I hope you could see this. This is the left thumbstick. And what I saw in this video was that what is happening is that this is made out of plastic, and if you see right here, and if you can see right above where I have this metal tool, there is a little indentation or groove that has formed over time on the plastic. You can kind of feel it and see that groove is there, and what they say is that prevents the thumbstick, and what they say is that prevents the thumbstick from being pressed all the way down, as it's going to get stuck on this groove here, and it's not going to allow you to be pressed all the way down. It's going to want to pop it back up, and that cancels the run. So very interesting. I wonder, I'm not 100% sure that's a problem, but it may very well be.